Hey everyone, it's Tim here. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're doing something a little bit unusual. I'm not talking so much about music teaching as Star Wars. Actually, something that I heard on the new series of Andor. If you haven't been watching Andor, don't worry. I'm actually pulling apart something musical in it rather than talking too much about the plot or anything like that. But just for those who aren't aware, Andor is, I guess, a spin-off series from the Star Wars franchise. And it is pretty incredible. We're up to season 2 of a 2-part season. And in episode 2 of this season, the daughter of one of the main characters gets married, and the music that's played at this event is super cool. Now, it actually comes just after the wedding dance of her daughter and husband-to-be, played with like old kind of harp music. Like this series is quite incredible, the music, but also they've created not only the song and the piece that they dance to, but also the instruments. They've kind of invented these instruments. There was an episode a few episodes ago where they were marching through town with like marching band instruments, and they all kind of look like the instruments we know today, but not quite right. Someone has actually gone and designed these. I think it's incredible. Anyway, long story short, we're in a wedding party and the dance music fires up, and you'll see it come into the room. It's very, very cool. Let's have a look and a bit of a listen, and then we'll pull it apart. Here comes the dance music. I mean, how cool is a floating, spinning DJ that just comes into the room and fires everyone up? I think that's the coolest thing. But what I actually want to pull apart is that musical theme. Let's have a bit more of a listen. I'll just skip through a little bit. And what you can hear is this kind of, it's almost a screeching sound. It's very invented. Obviously, they've had to invent music that sounds both space age and futuristic, but still in our realm. And so I think someone called this kind of intergalactic EDM, an intergalactic EDM banger, which I think was pretty apt. But yeah, so have a bit of a listen again. So we've just got 4 chords, right? We've got this A flat chord, B flat major chord, G major chord, and an A flat major chord. See if you can pick them out as we listen to here. And it's got this very much kind of spinning, swirly kind of sound just to the music itself. But that is the underlying chord progression. And it was interesting, I was doing a little bit of research, and this theme was actually played earlier in the season, a couple of episodes back, when they were introduced to Niamos, I think is the name of the planet. And this was the theme given to that planet. And now it's kind of been remade into this new dance music version. What I was really interested in, and this is why I love coming to the piano and trying to work out what's going on, my question always to myself is, why do I like this? And part 2, how does it work, or what is it doing? And so really, I mean, this is quite a simple chord progression. It's an A flat major, B flat major, G major chord, and an A flat chord. And most of your students would be able to play that pretty easily. We've got this kind of bass line, sorry. But what I wanted to work out was, why does that sound, something about it doesn't sound regular, doesn't sound like a pop song as we would normally hear it. And the reason is because this G major chord in the key that this is in, which is E flat major, should have a B flat. which would make that third chord a G minor chord. But it's not, it's a G major chord they've chosen to use, which adds this kind of quirkiness, this not quite of this planet idea, a little bit of an uplift as well. But interestingly, if we do play a G minor chord where they've used G major, we get this. And I would imagine for a lot of you, you would have just heard Cyndi Lauper. Time after time. There's your final resolution to the tonic, right? E flat major. So how do I know this isn't in A flat, the Mon Mothma theme, which is what we're listening to here? How do I know this isn't in A flat major, for example? Well, I know that because it'd be very unusual for a chord progression to use the chords 1 and 2, and then this, which in the key of A major, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, would be a 7 major chord. Very unusual. Most 7 chords naturally occurring in a diatonic key would be a diminished chord. So that kind of leaves these chords being 4s and 5s because they sound all quite happy and positive, right? So really, this chord should be a minor 3 chord in the key of E flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4. And it actually never resolves in this to the 1 chord, which is why it has this kind of cycling. It just goes round and round and round. It never resolves. There's no ending to this, this tune. Let's have another listen now that you know a little bit more about it. So let's look at that wow, 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 wow feeling, which also gives it that kind of sense of cycling and movement and energy, I guess. Wow, wow, wow. It's like pulsing, isn't it? Very, very clever. You get that sense of melody actually comes in with that kind of almost, screeching's not the right word, but wah, 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 wah. We do get a little bit of melody, but then again, back to the same repetitive drive, right? And round in circles. So the real trick and the clever feature, I think, of this soundtrack and this piece in particular, and by the way, you can go on YouTube, there's like an hour-long version of this character, Mon Mothma, her name is, she's the mother of the bride, dancing. You can just watch her for an hour doing this, the hands dance if you want to. There's lots of other versions of it on there, and people have really loved hearing this particular version of futuristic intergalactic EDM, and I think it is the coolest thing, as you can tell. And I really just think it really comes down to the fact that they've used this G major chord, and we've got this cycling wah 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 wah, and this, and we've got this bass line. And if you ever wanted this party to end, that's where the finish would be. But we don't get that. Anyway, so huge congratulations to the ANDOR crew and the composer. I think it's incredible. Go and have a listen to it. Let me know what you think. Did I get my chords right? What's my analysis like? Love to hear your own thoughts as well. Leave a comment below and I'll see you in the next video.